Master 100 Civics Questions for U.S. Citizenship Interview 2025 Checkmark. Part 10 Q91-100. Final Review. A quiet, late evening session in the library. Reading lamps glowing. Shelves calm. Anne and Mark practicing in low voices at their favorite table.
Hi, Mark. Final round. Ready to finish strong here in our calm corner?
Ready and focused. Let's make every answer precise.
Question 91. How many justices are on the Supreme Court? A. 9, B. 11, C. 7.
I'll go with A. 9.
Correct. 9. The Supreme Court consists of 1 Chief Justice and 8 Associate Justices, totaling 9 members. 11B is incorrect. Congress has set the court at 9 for more than a century. 7C is incorrect. That was a past size in the 1800s, not today. Question 92. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. A. The Revolutionary War. B. The Civil War. C. The War of 1812.
I'll go with B. The Civil War.
Correct. The Civil War. From 1861 to 1865, the Union, North, fought the Confederacy, South, over secession and slavery. The Revolutionary War, A, was against Great Britain for independence, not North versus South. The War of 1812, C, was fought against Britain, not a civil conflict within the U.S. Question 93. What is the capital of your state? A. The largest city in your state. B. This answer depends on where you live. C. The state legislature building.
I'll go with B. This answer depends on where you live.
Correct. This answer depends on where you live is right because each state has its own specific capital, and in the real interview, you must say the current name of your state's capital. A is wrong because the largest city is not always the capital. For example, New York City is not the capital of New York. C is wrong because the state legislature building is a place, not the name of the capital. Question 94. If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president? A. The Speaker of the House. B. The Vice President. C. The Chief Justice.
I'll go with B. The Vice President.
Correct. The Vice President. The Constitution provides that the Vice President immediately assumes the presidency if the President cannot serve. The Speaker of the House, A, is next only if both the President and Vice President cannot serve. So that is not correct here. The Chief Justice, C, leads the judiciary and is not in the executive line at this step. Question 95. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years? A. 4. B. 6. C. 2.
I'll go with C. 2.
Correct. 2. Members of the House serve 2-year terms to keep them closely accountable to voters. 4A is the presidential term length, not a representative's. 6B is the length of a U.S. senator's term, not a representative's. Question 96. Where is the Statue of Liberty? A. New York Harbor. B. Boston Harbor. C. San Francisco Bay.
I'll go with A. New York Harbor.
Correct. New York Harbor. The statue stands on Liberty Island in New York Harbor, facing the Atlantic approaches to the city. Boston Harbor, B, is in Massachusetts and is famous for the Tea Party, not the statue. San Francisco Bay, C, is on the West Coast and does not contain the Statue of Liberty. Question 97. How many amendments does the Constitution have? A. 25. B. 10. C. 27.
I'll go with C. 27.
Correct. 27. The first 10 are the Bill of Rights, and 17 additional amendments have been added since. 25. A is close but not the current total. 10. B counts only the Bill of Rights and omits later changes. Question 98. Name one U.S. territory. A. Puerto Rico. B. Quebec. C. Bermuda.
I'll go with A. Puerto Rico.
Correct. Puerto Rico. It is a U.S. territory whose residents are U.S. citizens. Quebec B is a Canadian province, not a U.S. territory. Bermuda C is a British overseas territory, not part of the United States. Question 99. Who was president during the Great Depression and World War II? A. Herbert Hoover. B. Harry Truman. C. Franklin Roosevelt.
I'll go with C. Franklin Roosevelt.
Correct. Franklin Roosevelt. Serving from 1933 to 1945, he led the nation through most of the Great Depression and World War II. Herbert Hoover, A, preceded Roosevelt and is linked to the early Depression years. Harry Truman, B, became president in 1945 and led the end of World War II and the early post-war period. Question 100. We elect a president for how many years? A. 2. B. 4. C. 6.
I'll go with B. 4.
Correct. 4. A presidential term is 4 years under the Constitution with a 2-term limit added by the 22nd Amendment. 2A is a representative's term length, not the president's. 6C is a senator's term length, not the president's. You finished strong, exact wording, confident delivery, and clear explanations. Outstanding work, Mark. What does becoming a U.S. citizen mean to you in 1 or 2 sentences?
Belonging and responsibility, having a voice, and standing up for the country I call home.
The oath ties you to the Constitution, rights with duties like voting and serving if called.
I'll register, vote in every federal election I can, and respond to jury service with pride.
Citizenship also means community, helping neighbors, welcoming new immigrants, and protecting each other's freedoms.
I'll volunteer locally and mentor friends who are starting their own civics journey.
Carry that purpose into your interview, calm, grateful, and ready to contribute.
I will. Liberty, equality, and the rule of law aren't just words. They're how I'll live as a citizen.